Okay, so this is a info session on Winter of Code, which DSC Triple IT Kalyani is organizing. Winter of Code is a program aimed at increasing participation for beginners as well as like freshers and second years in open source. So, in case the FAQs on the website didn't suffice, then you will be here to look at some of the frequently asked questions. So the first question is how to register. Okay. So this is the website, the Winter of Code website. Okay. So click on student. This form will open. So first you put your name, your email, domain. So what is domain? You can see some technology domains of the proposed project here, like technology domains as in like web development, Flutter, machine learning, Android. Even though you have no idea about it, but in the info session, in the intro session, we gave you a bit of idea of what each of these domains has. So based on that session, if you liked one of them a little bit more or some of them more than one, then you can select all these in the checkboxes, and we will try to give you a project based on like either one or more of these technology domains. And here you will put your most preferred one, like out of these you'll just put one preferred domain, so that that is your first choice, that's your first priority choice. And here you will put your year, and you'll tell us about yourself like in a few sentences. Try to make it very short and like mm, related to technology if you can, even though that doesn't apply a lot for first years, but try to make it like that. And short description of the proposed project. This field is for people who have a project idea, because a lot of people, as I have seen, already have a lot of knowledge. So for those people, in case they have a proposed project in mind, they can tell us about it. In case we decide, we can select some of these project ideas if we find that this is good enough, and to be put in Winter of Code. And the detailed description will be a lot better. That will help with the selections. The more you explain and tell us about your project. And weekly work is like, if you have a proper timeline for the work that you're going to do for your project, like first week you'll be working on the back end, second week you'll be working on the front end and stuff like that. So if you have, like, if you can divide your work weekly, that will be better even. And one thing that we need from everyone, which is absolutely compulsory, is a GitHub link. So it will take just 2 minutes to go and create a GitHub account and then put the link here. So even if you don't have anything on your GitHub and you just created it, that's no issues. You can just put it here for the first years mainly. Yeah. And now let's look at the mentor form. So for mentorship, we'll take the name, the email, the phone number, a short description, and we'll need the LinkedIn and GitHub links and prefer technology domains. And we prefer to have like experienced people in this, because like they'll have to lead a team, which we will come to soon. Okay. So is it compulsory for student applicants to have a project or an idea? Yeah, it's not compulsory for student applicants to have a project or idea. As you can see that in the begin, like we have made the project description section optional. So if you are in first year and you are completely new to everything, it's completely fine. But you will have to choose a preferred technology domain or domains, and for that you can refer to the first in DSC info session that we have, because we have provided like little small intros and descriptions to the different tech stacks that we are referring to. In the proposed project, we have to write one of our projects or select it from the five on the website. So the five on the website are just some libraries or some apps that our DSC members had developed, and that's why we have put it. So that is open for contributions for Winter of Code, but those are not the projects only that you'll have to select from. Like, your mentor will give you a project, like we'll propose a project idea. You can propose your own project idea as well. If we find it good, we will like help you to take it forward and get started with it. And by the time all the projects are decided, all of them will be up on the website. So what are the number of people in a team? The number of students in a team will be maximum 2. Like, maximum 2. There can also be one person in a team. And the number of mentors mentoring a team will be 1. So, will it be like that? Will I be given a mentor and project? We will have to advance that. Yeah, so like if you're in first year and you're completely new and you don't know what to do, we will give you a mentor, and the mentor and you can decide and talk about what you like, and then you can go for a simple project to get started with, and you'll be working on that for the rest of the month. What is the need of the proposed project field in the student form? Yeah, it's just that in case you're not from first year, like some there are some exceptions, like there are people in first year with ideas, but most of the first years are new, so they don't have anything to write in proposed project, so it's completely okay, you can just leave it empty. And one thing I'd like to mention in this for this question, like, will I be given a mentor and a project? So you'll have like free courses and everything which we will provide you to learn the skill of your choice and get started with doing something in that field. Where is Winter of Code, what time, date, etc. Okay, so Winter of Code is like it has started yesterday. I think we opened the forms. Okay, so 1st January 2021, and on 16th January the forms will close. So in case you want to participate in Winter of Code, then make it fast and like figure it out and submit your proposal, or your like register before 16th of January. And from then there will be a community bonding phase, that you'll get to know your mentor and your teammates and everything. And after that you'll be starting like you'll be in the development phase, you'll be working on your project. And in the end, like on 8th March, there'll be a showcase of all the projects that were done throughout. Like, you'll be explaining what project you did, what problems you faced along the way, how you overcame them, and everything. All the successful projects will be allowed to demo their solutions. And yeah, that's it. So the top 5 will be receiving some surprise prizes after this presentation. Do we have to do anything at all? What a question. Well, you have to do a lot of stuff in case, like, you want to participate in Winter of Code. But if you're a first year, all you need to have is a GitHub account and the drive to learn something new. Yeah. What will happen in Winter of Code? Okay, so I think from the timeline, if you want to know what will happen in Winter of Code, just do one thing. Go to this site. Okay. Here you can read what is going to happen. You can read it out. And this is not a hackathon, this is an open source program. This is wrongly, we'll change it. And these are some of the pre-existing projects, but once people submit their projects, like once we get decided on all the projects for the groups, they'll all be here. Some rules are for eligibility. All the undergraduate students from any college can participate, and for successful completion of the project, you need to be very, like, you need to be sincere, and you can't just leave it in the middle. Like, you need to be, you'll have to keep working on it. And for the first years, it's not going to be very strenuous because the projects are very entry level. And the sponsor, look, fine. Let's leave that part. Where's the, yeah. So this is the roadmap. So you can just check this. See, first Jan, there is mentorship and student application phase begins. Then these are some other workshops. Then 16th Jan, the student and mentorship application closes. 17th, we'll have an opening talk from different speakers. And from 18 to 20 Jan, we have the community bonding phase. And 20 Jan, we have development phase, which means you start coding and learning new stuff. For February, we have this whole month for you to continue the project. So there's a lot of time to continue the work on the project. So it's not like very strenuous. Yeah. So from 1st to 5th March, like, we get done with the development phase and writing the reports. And from 7 to 8 March, you have the project presentation. And finally, after that, we'll announce the top 5 projects. Okay, so next, is it a hackathon? No, it's not a hackathon. It's an open source program. So you learn how to, contribute in open source, and you once you get into the community, the amount of help and support you get from other people in the community is amazing. Like, you'll know once you are in the community. And what preparation do we need to do for Winter of Code? I think Winter of Code is, will, like, the Winter of Code is the process of learning. So you don't need any kind of explicit preparation for it. Like, you will learn through Winter of Code. Like, you'll be learning new stuff. So you just need to be well prepared to, learn something completely new and be excited for it. And procedure we have already given. You can check the timeline on the website. How to give a project proposal. So if you are in second year and you are giving a project proposal, I have spoken about that. Like, you need to have a clear idea of what the project is, what tech stacks you will be using for it, what is the use case of the project, like where is it useful, and that's it. And in case you want to give like a weekly timeline for it, you can also put that in. You have per person project, like how many people are supposed to be in a team, right? So as I said, that can be between 1 to 2, and the number of mentors will be 1 for you. Mentors will handle how many students? Yeah, so mentors will be handling 2 students max. And the process is that mentors, they can suggest a project idea, and also they can, decide to take forward a student's idea in the team, and they'll be, guiding them. Like, in case, like, they'll mentors will tell the students how to get started with what they are like aiming to do, the tech stacks and everything, learning. And we have like Udemy courses that we can give out in case you want to learn something new and build something. So that your mentor will be helping you out with. And if you're stuck in a space, or if you need some more interesting idea, or you're looking for some improvements to be made to your project, then you can, like, take the help of your mentor. And how will students be assigned? That is completely dependent on the choices you make in the technology domain part in the form. Okay, so you cannot choose something that you don't want to do and later on come and tell us that I don't want to do it. So just make the choices, like look at the domains. If you want to, do a bit of research before you choose any of these, then do that too. Also, the domain that you're giving the most priority to, also you should choose like after a bit of research, because like even if you don't want to research, the video of our intro to DSC session is there where we have spoken about stuff, so you can also look at it in case. And that's it. Like, how will students be assigned? Also, once you put in your preferences and everything, we'll take all that into account, and we'll try to like assign you projects with similar with people, with mentors who have the knowledge in that or expertise in that domain. So that's what we are going to try. Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much. And in case you have more questions, you can actually leave it in this comment section of this video. And also, you can keep sending them, like, we'll keep adding them to the FAQ doc on the website as well. So, thank you, everyone. Looking forward to seeing everyone in Winter of Code.